did dry up a little bit after the Star Wars films, but an actor of my caliber is always going to be in demand. I mean, I was typecast for a brief period as the Yeti or the Wolfman, but my real breakthrough performance, I think, has been as Kylie Minogue's body double since her Can't Get You Out of My Head music video, and since then I've done all her best arse work.
Well, who totally stole the show and was the only one to have a career after Star Wars. Holla! In your face, Mark Hamill, you bitter little queen.
Oh, I can't get you out of my head, boy. Your laughing is all I think about, and then I'd stick my ass out and I'd do a provocative little wiggle. I mean, I must admit I was disappointed not to get the role in the Spinning Around music video, because then I'd had the opportunity to wear those legendary golden hot pants, but the role went to Harry Dean Stanton on that occasion, so never mind.
Well, the sexual tension between me and Chewie was so smoking hot on set, he couldn't keep his paws off of me. Well,
naturally, I'm flattered to be considered a gay icon, but there is a downside. I mean, there's this constant pressure on you to look good. I mean, it takes me at least a week just to get my hair done.
You know, some people they think that C-3PO is gay. Well, let me tell you, C-3PO is not gay. When we's making a Star Wars films, the bitches, they always throw themselves at me. I was having pussy all over the place.
Man, I don't even know why you talking to Chewbacca. That crazy fool so hopped up on drugs, he don't even know what day of the week it is. Well, of course I've heard these rumors of drug use for years, but of course they're absolute nonsense. Of course I know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday. What's that? Oh, really? It's Sunday. I've got jet lag.
I'd say the hardest scenes to film were with Darth Vader. He'd keep forgetting his lines on account of him being a retard.
I am Darth Vader. I was in Star Wars Episode 3, Star Wars Episode 4, Star Wars Episode... I've lost count. I like sunshine. Well, of course I was flattered that George Lucas invited me to reprise the role of Chewbacca in the Star Wars prequels, but I felt it would have been a step backwards rather than forward, so I declined, and the role ended up being offered to Megan Fox, who very nearly didn't get it because she refused to shave, obviously. She changed her mind, and it launched her career. Man, I hated them all. They were a bunch of douchebags. The only reason I came back to do the prequels was because none of them was gonna be in it. And my brother Samuel Jackson was around, and I knew he could get me some good shit. Oddly enough, Megan Fox and I's paths crossed again shortly after when she got the part of Sam's girlfriend in the Transformers movies. Unfortunately, she was completely illegible, and they brought me in to dub over her part so that people could understand what she was saying. After 2 movies, this proved too costly, and they replaced her with Justin Bieber in the 3rd one, which proved equally disastrous. Shit, he ain't nothing special. We all done voiceover work. Christ, I was the voice of Miss Piggy and Grover from Sesame Street. You don't hear me bragging about it none. My most famous line was, "No, Luke, I am a farmer." What? Father? I'm his dad? That's just silly. Well, yes, I mean, the part of Chewbacca was very demanding. I mean, the range of emotions that one had to display through a simple was quite incredible. I was surprised and slightly insulted that I wasn't nominated for an Oscar.
Well, who hasn't had a hand solo? Oh, no, he didn't.
Well, I was the biggest named actor in the original Star Wars movie, and they cut me down to just a minute or two of screen time. The bastards. I mean, nobody even got to know my fucking name. It's Grand Moff Tarkin, the biggest named actor, and no screen time. I mean, it's disgusting if you think about it.
Well, I'm quite fortunate as an actor, really, because I've always been in demand on account of the depth of my range. I mean, the likes of Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO in the Star Wars movies, weren't quite so lucky. I mean, once we'd finished those, the only role that he could get was as Roger Moore's eyebrow in A View to a Kill, which, quite tellingly, was Roger's last movie as James Bond.
See, I was in A View to a Kill, but I should have been in Goldfinger, no? Hey, señorita, you want a Goldfinger?
After appearing in Star Wars, I was the Batmobile in Tim Burton's Batman movies. Brum, 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 brum. Mark Hamill suffered from the most terrible flatulence. I remember when we were filming the trash compactor scene and he let one rip. And it was such a confined space and a terrible stench to the point that Harrison Ford broke character and made mention of it. I mean, George Lucas found it all very amusing and kept that scene in the final cut of the movie.
What an incredible smell you discovered!
We were so high making those movies. We'd been smoking the reefer. I was tripping in every scene. Carrie Fisher was off her tits when she was in that gold bikini. It was the only way she'd get into costume if she was stoned. I remember when we were filming Return of the Jedi and George Lucas came to me and he said, "Do I know anyone who'd be suitable to play this Jabba the Hutt?" Well, of course, only one person sprang to my mind, and that was Susan Boyle. Unfortunately, it killed her career until she was on Britain's Got Talent. Where's my ball? Have you seen my ball? I've lost my ball. No. Oh, hey, dreamed a dream, but time's gone by, when hopes were and life worth living. I dreamed a dream that love would never die. I pray that God would be forgiving. Okay.
Jesus Christ, is he still going on about that ball? You know he's talking about the Death Star, right? Do you know what a fucking nightmare he was on Empire when it didn't have the Death Star? That scene with him kneeling in front of the Emperor, he was on his knees looking for the damn ball. They superimposed the other dude to make it look like Vader was doing something.
Of course, another famous line I had was, "You bought a 40 appliance and a pie." What? Part of the Rebel Alliance and a spy? No, I don't think so. That doesn't sound right at all. Oh, no, Star Wars didn't end my career. I chose to take a career break so I could reinvent myself. It meant that when I did Britain's Got Talent, nobody knew who I was anymore.
Well, sex and depravity ran rampant on set. I mean, I personally didn't get involved, but George Lucas was like a ringmaster to depravity. It really was any excuse for some nudity. I mean, poor C-3PO in Phantom Menace, he was so self-conscious. It's a wonder he delivered any kind of performance. Hey, I'm not self-conscious. When you look this good, you don't mind getting naked. Everybody want to see C-3PO naked. Look, I'm naked for you now. You know you want it. You just don't know how to ask for it.
Oh dearie me, George Lucas was quite a ladies' man. I mean, he insisted I did all of my scenes in the nude. With a body like mine, you weren't going to disagree.
And then there's all this controversy about who shot first. Girlfriend, Han Solo never shoots first.
Han Solo always shot first. Just once. I'd like to shoot first. Or lay and cuddle for a while. On the first film, George Lucas told me that ladies in space did not have breasts, so I had mine taped stay on a job which he insisted on doing personally, which he did not have to. But he was a very hands-on director. In fact, he was a very hands all over the place director.
Well, of course, some of us got our parts through sheer talent, but you know, in this industry, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. I mean, Tom Cruise only got the part of R2-D2 because he'd been playing Carrie Fisher's tampon for the last 6 months.
Excuse me, but I am not Tom Cruise. I don't know who your sources are, but that is a complete fabrication, although I have got a very close, deep and personal relationship with Carrie Fisher.
I can remember a time when Princess Leia and Chewbacca were so hopped up on acid, they was doing the nasty on top of the Millennium Falcon. Good times, shit. Well, when you live in the public eye, the press are always going to want to find some scandal on you, but I can categorically deny and discredit the validity of the rumor that I fathered Princess Leia's love child. I mean, it's absolute nonsense, it really is. But that is the curse of Star Wars.
Chewbacca is my daddy, and I love him.
The curse of Star Wars? Man, if there is a curse, it's that when you done filming, you gotta sober up. And I've been clean now for 6 years, and I ain't never been so miserable in my whole damn life.
Man, there ain't no curse of Star Wars. If there is, either there's too much pussy and not enough time. People banter around phrases such as the curse of Star Wars all the time. If there is a curse, it's that half the cast have become completely delusional and incapable of distinguishing themselves from their characters. Stupid bastards.
Well, Grandma Tarkin used to say bastard a lot, so I would think that is the curse of Star Wars.
Excuse me. There is a curse of Star Wars, and it's there's no character development. After 6 films, my only lines were... I mean, what's that all about? How am I supposed to get work after that?
You meant that kind of curse. Okay. Well then, the curse of Star Wars is that I lost my ball. Twice.
So, you're on to 6 now, no?